Hey guys. Hop on, hop on, hop on. So, okay, so I'm gonna do a quick share. Let me make sure this phone is turned all the way up. But sometimes I go live and I don't have my volume turned up. As usual, we have the slow connection. I'm gonna do some sharing, and if you could share as well, that would be great. If you do not see the red button on the top that says live lit up, that means you're watching the replay. So if you could hit hashtag replay, that'd be great. But if the red button's on, that means you're live, you're talking with me, and you have any questions you may ask me. Okay? All right. So please hold. Let me send out some invites, and then we will get started. All right, I'm coming, guys. Just give me a minute. It's Sunday. I have to share from another page because I can't share to who I want to as of yet from this page. But soon come, soon come. Ooh, here we go, here we go. Ooh, ooh. Okay, I'm coming. Hey. I'm listening to one more person. Yeah, that didn't show up. And then we'll go. There it is. Boop, boop. So, we ready? Well, we're ready. And I actually have to watch it from another phone because for some reason the comments won't come up here. So, how's everybody doing on this beautiful, beautiful Sunday? Listen, so I'm on the 4th floor, right? I live in an apartment. And so it was so freaking cold in here. And then I went outside. And I went out like this, right? Because I felt like even though it's cold in here, it'd be hot outside. And there are times when I've woken up and I'm cold in here. And it wasn't during the summertime, though. It was like semi in between summer ending and fall coming in. And because it was so cold in here, I bundled up. Like I had on my hat, I had on my sweater, I had on my jacket, right? And then I'll go outside and it was super, super, super hot. You know how embarrassed I felt? You know, people thought I was going to the North Pole or something, you know? But I did not make that mistake today, even though it was cold in here. So like I turned off the air conditioners. I turned off all the fans. I even closed the windows because it was super cold in this house. Okay? So, that being said, the sister don't like the cold that much. Like, even throughout the summer, I did not have the air conditioner on the regular. And on top of that, I didn't put my air conditioners in at the beginning of summer. So, I don't think I put them in until, like, June. Yeah, like the middle of June. So, yeah. That was that. Yeah, I got one more person I want to send an invite to. So just bear with me, people. I'm coming. I try to cook. It's still up in the air. So towards air for me. I don't cook early in the day unless it's a holiday. Because I don't eat. I don't eat all day long. And I don't. It's only certain things I can't eat due to my high blood pressure, high cholesterol, and borderline diabetes. So I'm in the process of switching all that up, and that's why I make my own bread. I don't drink regular milk. I do powdered milk. I don't do regular eggs. I do powdered eggs. And there is a way to cook powdered eggs where they actually taste good, y'all. I'm going to show y'all one day. Yeah, I'm going to show you one day. You know. And I learned how to cook them in Mississippi when I was down south. I'm coming, babes. Yep, I learned how to cook them down south. So they was good because when I first ate them, you know, I cooked them for myself because I seen them in the cabinet, and the instructions was on the bag. Like, powdered eggs, you just need water. So back in the days, it was just regular water that you needed for the powdered eggs. Now the ones that you buy, your water has to be warm, because the warm water, and what I found was better is they got this little, well, it's not this little, but it's about this big. It's a spinner, and it runs by battery. I find that if you use that when you're mixing your eggs with the warm water, it allows it to become very fluffy, and that fluffiness allows it to cook a little bit better. Also, when you put it into the pan, you don't want to use a lot of oil or a lot of butter. And seasoning is a little bit different. So you won't really taste the seasoning. So if you put the seasoning in your powdered eggs and then you cook them up and you eat them and you say, oh, don't have no seasoning. So the next time when you cook it, you add a lot more seasoning, and then it just becomes out too salty or just not good. When it comes to, seasoning up your powdered eggs, fresh seasoning helps it to taste better. Like fresh garlic, fresh onions, like fresh parsley. Those help your powdered eggs to have a better seasoning to them. And you don't cook them on high like you would do regular eggs. You cook them on low, and it allows the fresh seasoning that you put in there for the juices to come out and savor. Now, mind, we're not saying that, like, oh, it's going to take me an hour to cook the eggs. No. It's not going to do that. What you don't want to do is you don't want to mix your seasoning with your eggs while you're beating it. Because I tried. That's what I'm telling you, I tried. It doesn't work. It has to go in after you put it into the pan, and it needs to be on low so that it can cook well. You don't have to stir it up right away. So basically you let it form up like it's an omelet, and then you begin to stir. A spatula would be better because you fold it over and then you chop it. And it literally comes out like scrambled eggs, and it just, really what you're making is an omelet with these beautiful fresh ingredients inside. Hey, Miss D, how you doing? So I was just talking about powdered eggs and how I eat them, how I make them, how they taste, and all of that good stuff. Dang it, I just logged out of my account. How are you doing today on this Sunday? I seen the picture. I'm so sorry. I lost it. I'm so sorry to hear that you had hurt yourself. I'm praying for you. I'm praying that, God will heal your body. And, you feel better really soon. I have to use my other phone because I can't see the comments when I go live on here. The page right now. Hi, Miss Patty. Thank you for joining. See, it's not here. I have to look here on this phone. They're acting like this page is brand new. Actually, it is because I changed the name on it and everything like that. So, to send out the invite to you and to other people, I had to do it from a different account. Because this account, they're inviting people I don't know. I would prefer for people to be here. Oh, okay. I seen your neck brace. Those things are so uncomfortable. I remember when I was in a car accident, they put one of those things on me. I ain't like it. I ain't like it at all. It was very, very uncomfortable. So, yeah. How y'all like my little short hairstyle? With the S-curl in it after I cut it. Uh-huh. Yeah. So, listen, I'm going to show some of the items. I've already been talking. Like I said, I was telling everyone how I make my powdered eggs because I don't eat regular eggs anymore. And the powdered eggs are really good when it comes to baking. I use my powdered eggs and my powdered milk to cook my chicken cutlet, right? So now well, not everybody do it that way. I've tried to cook the chicken cutlet without the eggs and without the milk and without the breadcrumbs. Ugh, I don't like it. So when I first started doing chicken cutlet, I would do the egg and the milk, right? Real eggs, real milk, and the breadcrumbs, and I would cook it in butter. And so I found that butter was a bit too much. So we got away from that. And, the breadcrumbs and everything was all cool. But recently, since I moved from real eggs and real milk, and I used the powdered eggs and the powdered milk, and I used the hand spinner, and you can get those anyway. I got so many of them. They run by the battery. I put my milk and egg powder together before I add my warm water, and I used the little hand mixer to mix it up, and it became so fluffy, right? Then I threw my my chicken cutlet in there, and I put it inside of the breadcrumbs, and I cooked it. And so I don't use regular cooking oil anymore. I don't use olive oil. I tried it, don't like it. Because olive oil, your food is nice and juicy and tender when you first cook it. But if you put it in the refrigerator and you take it out to heat it up, I'm sorry, the tenderness is gone, it's dry, it's nasty, it's yucky, and I don't like to throw food away. So we got away from the olive oil. Like, we went healthy, right? So I don't do regular cooking oil. We tried olive oil, and that wasn't working for me. So now, even though I render my own tallow is very, very good for cooking. And tallow is made out of beef, and it has a lot of benefits, and it's more healthier for you. So that's what I use, and I add just a little bit of butter, and I use my real butter that I make, because I make my own butter as well. And I added a little bit of that. I don't use a lot of grease. Listen, those chicken cutlet was melting in my mouth. OMG, they were so good. You couldn't tell me I wasn't Chef Maestroing up in here. So yeah, I like all of the new ideas that I have decided to do as far as me. I mean, other people do it too, and I'm still learning as I go along. Like, I was doing my cakes from scratch, okay? And they just wasn't coming out right because I have an electric oven. And if you go online, they say an electric oven is the best thing to use when cooking. I taught myself how to make cakes from scratch with a gas oven. So I got a little frustrated every time I was making a cake and my cakes was coming out dry. They wasn't moist. They was heavy. And so I says, you know what? Let's do a test. I went across the street and I got a box of cake, the moist kind, right? I think I got Betty Crocker, not Duncan Hines. And I always was using the disposable aluminum pans when I was making cakes. So now we didn't do that. We made it in a bundt pan, a real bundt pan, the kind you got to wash out when you get done. And lo and behold, we changed the temperature a little bit because I asked my next door neighbor too, because he makes cakes from scratch. So he had, suggested I put cream cheese in my cakes. I don't like cream cheese. I've tried it. I don't like how it tastes, but I said, you know what? Maybe we'll go to that if this doesn't come out right. And I still might use it. But I tell you, this cake came out beautiful. It didn't rise as much. I bought that spray stuff you put in the pan, because I used to do it the old-fashioned way. You do the oil, you do the flour, you swish it around, and then you dump the remaining flour in the garbage and you put your cake in there. I didn't do that this time. I don't like that spray stuff. And the reason I say that is because the cake came out very good, very moist. But the thing about it is I didn't really taste the red velvet. I really didn't taste the sweetener. It was almost like the cake was a diet cake. That's number one. Number two, the size was apart and you could see it moving because I usually shake it once it's cooled down. So I figured, hey, it's ready. I used the cake covering bottom part, flipped it over, and half of the cake fell out and the other half was stuck in the pan. So I'll go back to using my way of greasing my pan, which is oil with a napkin all the way around and adding flour, because that spray stuff, that's not for me. I've never used it. It was just something I said I would try, and I don't like it. So that is where we are with that. Now let's just move along right quick. So I did want to come on to show some of the products that I have here and the items that I have made. Miss D, your soap is still curing. So because we made it differently and we use different butters and different oils and ingredients in it, it takes longer to cure. So it's still soft. And we can't sell it to you until it actually becomes more firmer. You know, like I could really just squeeze it and it'll go in. So there's a lot of oil and moisture in that soap that has to come out. And with the water and moisture coming out, that allows us to saponify. And I hope I'm saying it right. Sometimes I get tongue-tied. And to cure. It has to be dried from the inside out before you can even use it. So that's what's the deal with that. I do check it. On a regular. So I'm glad I had turned the volume down on that phone. But in any event, let me show you. So I made this last night. This is a black soap body wash. Now I like it, but I have to say I'm still working on it. I need to perfect it. So now even though it looks watery, it suds up really, really good, and it washes really good. I actually used it last night. I got one in the bathroom. So we learned through trial and error. I don't see any errors in here. The only thing that gets me is I want a thicker consistency, but I find that I did a test. I'm not too fond of Dove, right? In the beginning, I liked Dove body wash, but Dove body wash is very, very, very thick and oily. You know, it's very, very oily. So I don't like it. But I'm working with a consistency. So this is a black soap body wash that I made last night. And then this is our cocoa butter body wash that I made. And I made this, I think, like a week and a half ago. Same thing. It has a good consistency. And yes, the bottles are different. This is an 8-ounce bottle. This is a 10-ounce bottle. So I make the recipes in small quantities because I don't need a whole lot. And yeah, I do try out everything myself. I used to ask people to help me by sending them stuff to try, and then you didn't hear from them anymore. And so I just stopped doing it. Like, because I'm giving you the free stuff, I'm paying for shipping, and all I ask, and I don't ask you to do a live. I just ask you to answer the questions with the sheet that I give you, and they don't do it. So I do the trying myself. So that be that. This is our Sunflower Sandalwood body wash. And here's the thing. When it comes to body washes, I want the coloring to be natural. I don't want to use any dyes or micas and stuff like that, because I did that with a soap. And when you wet the soap and put it on your towel, the towel was turning colors, and I could understand that. I had a lady when I was on the app. I used to sell myself on Flip. She said the same thing. She said she wanted the soap for, to wash on her body from head to toe, not use two different soaps for certain parts. And she felt that if the coloring was on the towel, and when you wring the towel and it was a white towel and the coloring is coming out in the sink, that's not something you want to use on your body. And she's right. So I've moved over to doing natural ingredients to give natural colors, or we just don't give it color at all. But especially with this, because the color used to always sit at the bottom, it literally would float to the bottom. So if I had dyed it yellow, it would have been yellow for a day or so, and then all of it would have went away because it would have just sank to the bottom and it sticks down there. And I didn't like that look. So that's one of the things that I work on. I always want to be natural in everything that I do. So now let's move on to these beautiful babies here. So I am in love with making these, and I'm still looking for the right size jar. So this is a 4-ounce jar. This is our peach nectar candle. This is a candle. So I looked up online. They said a peach is orange and pink. I ain't never seen a pink peach. But anyway, that's why y'all see pink on top. But you can't really see the color, but it is a nice light orange, and I love it. It smells so good. You don't have to light this if you don't want to. This is, if I put it in the front, I can still smell it all the way back here, and I don't overflow it where it's unbearing in a household. But you don't have to light this if you don't want to. If you choose to, then hey, fine. But this is our peach nectar dessert candle. And so I just chose to pipe it from the bottom to the top instead of doing a layer like this one. And this is our watermelon dessert candle. So we have a base, and then we did the frosting on top. We did the black seeds. This is red. It's just the camera doesn't give you the color that was needed. So, and then we have the little small green rind specks on top. So they'll always be made different. But the thing is that since we're going into autumn, we're going to move into autumn candles like ginger. And I found my mold so I can make these cute little gingerbread guys to put on there, and the hearts and stuff. But yeah, we have these available, and again, they don't have to be lit. They can, serve as an air freshener within the home. This is our Blue Ocean Waves, and again, I piped it from the bottom to the top, and I put these cute little embeds on it. And this is a soft, mellow scent. Smells really, really good. Again, these can be used for air fresheners. I actually had someone who bought these to put into the bathroom of their church as an air freshener, because she wanted the candles that smell good, but that didn't have to be lit. Because you have kids that go to church. We don't need nobody to light nothing up in the church, child. So, and this one is our sunflower sandalwood. So let me tell you about these. You don't have to light your candle with the embeds on them. You can take the embeds off, and you can put them into your wax melt warmer to melt and give off a scent separately from the candle. So I'm also going to put that on the website because it's not there. I make the embeds myself. So yeah, and this is also piped from the bottom to the top, but I'm also looking into getting bigger jars, because I know that you see in a lot of them that we don't put them all the way to the edge. It's because when you light them, the wax has to go somewhere so it doesn't come out and make a mess. So those are our scented candles, and we're not doing any more sweet ones as far as in that percentage, sorry, I might be saying it wrong, in that category. We're moving to autumn. So I have pecan waffles. What's the name of it? Pecan pumpkin waffles. And that's a holiday scent. Starting from October moving forward, we're just not doing the spring and summer scents. So those are also next. Then we have gingerbread. I have Santa's Workshop. I add a little apple pie to it to make it, a nice sweet scent, but it's a nice mellow scent, which is good for the house. And I have the molds for the Santas and the reindeers and stuff like that. So I love what I do, and I have a candle burning right now. Again, I do the testing myself. Like I said, if I could find nice, sincere people who could help with the testing, that would be great, right? Because I test them, I don't keep them, and then I sell them at a discounted price. And I have a lot of candles here that I've tested. And so, yeah, I just actually gave a box over to my god sister to give out to guests at her husband's birthday party. So, everything we have to test it. Okay? And so now we come to our finale. This is the last one on the shopping block. This is a Hermes pocketbook. It is an inspired Hermes bag. And it comes with a matching wallet and a strap. This color is beautiful. Okay. This is the strap, so it's still connected to the bag, so I'm not going to take it off, but this is the strap. So if you want, you can wear it like this, or you can put the strap on and you can make it a shoulder bag. It is very big and spacious on the inside. See? Let me take it out. Hey, Miss Patty. I like the color on the inside too, but you see how spacey it is in there? It's kind of deep, y'all. So, yeah. This is our Hermes bag. And so, I was originally doing this pocketbook for $125. Oh, let me put the strap back in. But I'm going to lower the price. Only because I have more bags coming in. This is actually the last one I have left in the bags before the new ones come in, and I believe they'll be here next week. And so they'll be all different. And we'll also have attire. Nice clothing attire. And so let me tell y'all a little tip more. I do. I shop now for Christmas because it's not, you know, the prices haven't went up. It's not expensive. And I also shop now for spring and summer because the prices have went low, you know. And that's how you get to save when doing all of your shopping. So, how you doing, Miss Patty? What you cook today? What's for dinner? So I haven't decided what my dinner's gonna be just yet. I want to make me my own, not a seafood gumbo. I want to make my own seafood boil. I've done a gumbo before. I'm not too fond of it because they said gumbo's supposed to be hot and spicy. Now, mind you, I love me some hot sauce. I just don't like all of that kind of spicy stuff. You know, there's a Jamaican spot up the street. Listen, they make some good food. Only thing is everything is spicy. Literally. So, even though I like it, right, and even though it's spicy, it takes me a minute to eat it because I don't like a small because you don't get enough. If you get a large, you get a lot. And so I section it off myself into these little container bowls and I eat a little bit at a time because it's spicy. I like it, but it's spicy. Right? Especially their mac and cheese. Everybody can't cook mac and cheese. Let's keep it real. Let's be honest. But they know how to make some mac and cheese. If I go and they don't have no mac and cheese, I don't order nothing because I got to have me a mac and cheese on the side. Because they know how to make mac and cheese. Okay? So, yes, that's where we are. Listen, I need y'all to stick with me for all the new ideas that I will be doing, that I'm going to come out with on the tips that we're going to do, right? We'll be doing lives like now. We'll be doing giveaways. This was a live sale. I did not, listen, everything I showed you is on the website. And again, this is something new that I'm doing, so bear with me. I thank you for sharing this with everyone because we want to get the following on this page up. They demonetized me and blocked my Pamela Cummings page. But mind you, they had already put a halt on me making any money through the content monetization program, and they didn't tell me why. And that was in April, right? They never told me why. And so that's when I said, okay, let me go over here. I wind up changing the name of Lady Peace Creations to Homestead 324. And I chose, thank you, Miss Patty. I chose Homestead 324 because Homestead is DIY. And since I do everything at home, and I've been doing everything at home since 2021, I felt that was a better name. And 324 is my mom's birthday, March 24th. I wanted her to be a part of my business because she's always been a part of my business. She is the reason that I went into business for myself, so that I could take care of her around the clock, because I tried Mary Kay, I tried Avon, I tried selling my other products online, I tried the market vendors. Thank you, Sweet Pea. Oh, child, that's everywhere. literally. They saying we had an earthquake over here. I ain't feel jack. Did you feel anything? Okay, anyway. I might have slept through it. But I tried all these other ones, and basically that entailed me taking her with me, and she would walk off. One day I took her to the grocery store with me, and she picked so much stuff. And we got to the register, and I was about to pay for everything, and she walked off. And so I had to run out. The good thing is that the manager across the street knew me. So he just held my stuff for me until I could get her back to the house and ask my son to watch her and to go back and get the products. So I had to start working from home. And so I chose to do this after watching Ebony Baxter. I seen that she was a stay-at-home mom, and she worked at making her own products, and she was able to care for her family physically and financially. Okay? And so that's why I did what I did. And she, even though, there's times where she knew me and there's times where she didn't, but through it all, from beginning to end, she always encouraged me. She always helped me. She always wanted to try my products. She always wanted her friends and families to try the products. It also gave me a chance to venture into making our own products to help us with the health issues that we have, right? So, like I said, my first soap was made on her birthday in 2021. After the party. We threw her a party, and it was just me, my older sister, my baby sister, my son, my niece, which is her granddaughter. And we did that at the house, but it was very nice. It was, we had a lot of fun. And then after everything was over, I made my first soap, which was a strawberry swirl soap. And I had got the kit from Brambleberry. Now, Brambleberry was expensive, and what they gave us only made one little small soap. And I tell you, after I made that first soap, I was open. I was hyped. So it was time to get some ingredients to make my own soaps. And then in the process, Mom, her first treatment for the throat cancer was radiation, and then the colon cancer was chemo pills. And those pills, she was doing 1,500 milligrams twice a day. So she was doing like 3,000 in the chemo pills. And basically we did know that it would turn her hands and her feet black. And it would cause her hands and her feet to hurt. So this is what they told us. And her nails also turned black and fell off. And so my mom, she had her own place. I brought her to my house, and because she was laid up, and my mother, she was a go-getter. She loved to do things herself. And so, when they can't do anything for themselves, they get a little rowdy, a little rough on the edges, right? So I decided I was going to make a cream that was going to help her so that she could walk and not be in pain. And, use her hands, because she don't like nobody waiting on her hand and foot. And I did. And it helped her. And when she was ready to go, she told me to call her cab or Uber or whatever you want to call it. And before she left, because I said the cab would be, it was an Uber. I told her the Uber would be here in 2 minutes. I called my brother so he could ride home with her to make sure she got home safely. Before she left, she went into my studio. And she took all the jars that I bought. And she says, now I'm ready to go. And so I was okay with that, And then I took a medication that I needed. And I broke out from that. And it was it's the ingredients and majority of the stuff that we use nowadays. Because I can't chew double mint gum. And listen, double mint gum was out when I was little. I always chewed double mint. I didn't like the Big Red because Big Red was spicy. I didn't like the cinnamon because the cinnamon was spicy. I like the Juicy Fruit because Juicy Fruit, after you chew it a couple of times, got rubber. It cut you. So I was into the double mint gum, and I love double mint gum. I eat some double mint gum today, my tongue swells up. So it's our body is changing where there's a lot of things that we can't eat, that we can't use today, and that's just life. And therefore, the medication, I had to take it for a reason. And even though I broke out, they was trying to tell me to take it in smaller quantities. And so basically, when I say I broke out, I have my skin back now, but it broke out so bad that, you know, my skin was black. I made a cream to stop the flare-up, because it was a flare-up. It was itchy, and I was scratching, even though, you know, I was scratching till my skin bust open, but it was itching so bad I still kept scratching it. So I made a cream for that. Stopped the itching, it healed the skin, and it eventually gave me back the color, because both of my arms was actually black from the breakouts. And once we were done with the medication, thank God, I had to do some changes so that I wouldn't get sick and have to take that medication again, because I know that I can't take it without it causing a problem. You know, the same thing with, I'm not on diabetes medication because the metformin, because I'm not to the point where I need to do the insulin shots. But the metformin, I have allergic reaction to that. I have one of the side effects. That's acute pancreatitis, which sent me to the hospital when they first put me on it. So I don't take the metformin. I change my diet. I don't like needles anyway. But yes, I do what I do to help me and my son. He's allergic to a lot of things. I'm allergic to a lot of things. I have friends who are allergic to a lot of things, like Mrs. D. She can't use tallow. And so that basically gave me my next, I'm not going to say project, but my next, well, yeah, that is my next project, to make, because I love tallow. I will be making products with tallow, and then I'll be making products without tallow for those who can't use tallow, because I'm seeing a lot of people who can't use tallow, and tallow has a lot of benefits in them, but everybody's body can't take it. And so I understand. I do. And I love what I do if it's going to help me, benefit me, and also benefit you. You know, I do what I do because the big companies, they get a majority of people that says this works and they run with it, and then there's a percentage that can't use it, that are just left behind. And that's me. I want to help those who can't use it and would like something good to use, whether it be a soap, a body wash, a bath bomb, a body butter, a lotion, no matter what it may be, right? And I love what I do, like I said. I'm really getting a kick out of making my own products and stuff. That flame is too hot, so that candle has to be redid. So yes, here we go with the testing. You know, when it comes to a candle, our testing is flame, fragrance, wax. So I have one, the flame is good, the wax is good to an extent. But what I think it is the wick, because you don't get no scent from it. And we did put the max into that candle. So it has to be the wick that is not allowing it to give a scent throw. These are the things you have to go through. This is how I wind up with so many testers. But let's clarify. The testers, I don't leave the wax the way it is and then sell it to someone knowing that they won't get an enjoyment out of the candle. We remove the wick and we try another wick. So we don't glue the wicks. Oh no, I'm smelling these candles. I'm not smelling that candle. We don't glue the wicks in there. We let the wax get hard. We put the hole in. We put the wick in it, and then we use the heat gun to close around the wick, and we light the wick. And you let it burn for an hour or two. So we do use bigger containers for that one, and until you get the right one. So that's enough for me. Listen, I didn't do it, and I should have did it, which was to put my websites down at the bottom for those who would like to go and see what we have on the website. My apologies for that, but that's the website if you would like to go and see what we have. Now, let's make a correction. I'm going to get some new pictures up there. The buy 3 get 3. That sale actually ended on the 31st, but I'm going to redo it and allow it to continue on. So give me a couple of days. The picture is going to change because those jars, which are these right here, they don't really give you the full satisfaction of the scent. And I think it's because it's so small. So, and these are 1.5 ounce jars. So we're going to switch to, here, I'll show you. I have one right here. Hold on. Okay. Yes, I am in my room, guys. So we're going to switch to these. This size. And so this is a lotion. This is Chanel No. 5. It's my personal size in my room. I get one of everything that I make. Oh my God, that smells so good. Anyway, yes, this is what we're using to make the candles and moving forward on the buy 3, get 3 free. And so this is a 1.67 ounce. And this is a 1.5 ounce. But as you can see, because of the size of it, it's not allowing the scent to come through the way it should. So we're switching from these to these. So you're still getting more for your buck. Okay? This is really like a balm cream. This is not a regular balm or a regular lotion. This is a travel size, so you want to go out and you don't want to put on a lot of perfume. This is not heavy. This is Chanel No. 5. I'm not going to do Tiffany anymore because it was too expensive. But I love the way the Chanel smells. And this fits in your purse. Take it with you. So yes, that is all that I have for you all today. I will be coming back live. Not tomorrow, probably the day after. But always look for my reels. Hey, Miss Patty. I was just telling everyone how we're switching the sizes. These are what the new candles are going to be in for these. So this is on the website. I have to do an updated picture. These are on the website, but we're going to switch from here to here. And this is a 1.67 ounce. This is a 1.5. We're switching because this does not give off the scent that it should when you light your candle. So we're switching to this one. This one is bigger. So I actually made pumpkin pecan waffles yesterday. And then I also made a scent myself, but it has notes of banana in it, watermelon, and peach nectar, but it smells so good. I call it sweet autumn. So anyway, yes, today we'll do pumpkin spice. Yep. So that be that, and we're also upgrading our jars. I just gotta go pick them up tomorrow. Hopefully, I'm hoping to have them by Friday. We're gonna make our jars bigger so that when we make the frosting, we can't actually do it how we want with these jars. So we need a bigger size. It's good to, learn. That's how you succeed. You have to learn through trial and error. Okay? So that's all I got for y'all today. Is Sunday. These are not on the website. I'll put some more. I'll make some more. The Chanel. I think I'm going to do them in body butters though. Yeah. So listen, have a great, great, great Sunday. Whatever I decide to cook, I'll do a short reel on it to keep you updated and post it. And listen, y'all have a great day. Bye. Slow connection, so it's not going to let me in because it's in front of the finish button. There we go.